All right, everyone, we're back and we are ready to graph the results of our regression. So how are we going to do that? Well, I am not going to close out SAS jump, and that'll become important in a little while, so I'm just going to minimize this. And I'm going to go back to my Excel sheet where I had my regression data. Okay? The first thing I'm going to do is highlight all of our data. Okay, I highlighted all of the data. And I'm going to go up to charts. And this time, oops, sorry about that. I'm going to go to marked scatter. But actually, I have this smaller, so let me expand this a bit, because you're more likely to see something like this, where the scatter plot is directly underneath charts. So let me do that again, because I think this might be more of what you're going to see. So I highlight all of my data, go to charts, scatter, and I'm going to do a marked scatter. I don't want to do any lines in between my points. All right, and that's what I get. And whoa, when I look at that, that doesn't look anything like what I got from SAS Jump, right? That's really weird. Well, there's a reason that it looks a little weird. It's because of these very long axes. So what I'm going to do, just delete a few of the superfluous things. And I always delete these horizontal lines. I think it just looks better. And what I want to do is change the value of my axes. So I'm going to click on these numbers, and it's going to pull up Format Axis and Scale. And when I look at this, I see that I could probably go down to a minimum of about 150. So I'm going to type that in. All right, looking better, but still, it doesn't look exactly like my jump graph. But you'll see that my jump figure starts at about 10 years of age. So let's fix that too. I'm just going to hover over one of these numbers on my x-axis, and I'll double click. There we go. And I'll have my minimum be 10. All right, looking better all the time, but man, you know, I'm very tempted to take this down to a minimum of 180. So I think I'll do that. I think it might look a little better. Yeah, that looks much better. All right, looking good. I'm going to change my font because I am getting old and it's hard to see some of that little 10-point font. So I'm going to increase that to 12. All right, so we're missing some things on this figure, right? We're missing our regression line, obviously, which you can see this red line through our jump data. But we're also missing axis labels, and that's really important. So I'm going to click on my graph, go to Chart Layout, Axis Titles, Horizontal Axis Title, which is what? My independent variable. And I'm going to put in age, because that is my independent variable. And of course, I'm making this bigger for my old eyes. We'll take this up to 14. Why not? All right, and I'm going to do the same thing then for my y-axis, which is my dependent variable of cholesterol. So I'll go to Chart Layout, Axis Titles, Vertical Axis Titles, and then Rotated Title. And I'll double click in there. It's really sad. Sometimes I can't even see what I'm typing. We'll give that a go. And I'm going to increase this font because, goodness, I can't see that. Okay. All right, so we have cholesterol on our y-axis, age on our x-axis, and that's looking like a pretty good figure so far. But now we have to add our regression line in here. So we can easily do this in Excel, actually. We just need to click on the chart again, so we highlight it all in blue. We go to Chart Layout, Trend Line, and we actually want to go to Trend Line Options. We don't want to select any of these. We want to go to Trend Line Options. Okay, we do want a linear regression line. You can do all kinds of regressions, but we are really going to focus on linear right now. We'll also go to Options, and down here at the bottom, I want to click on Display Equation on Chart, and display R² value on chart. And I'm going to push OK. And you can see it's kind of hidden down here in the data points. I'm just going to drag this up, and I'm going to make it bigger so it's easier to see. Alright, I'm going to even make that bigger. Why not, right? Now, the reason I left my SAS jump output up is that I want to double check this equation and also this R² value with my SAS jump data. So I'll pull that up. First thing I'm going to look at is the equation. So for Excel, I have y equals 0.902x plus 180.29. Well, that's in a little different format than it is in jump, but that's fine. Here I have my y variable, cholesterol, equals, I have 180.29, which is my intercept. Well, I have that over here. Then I have 0.9025 times my independent variable. I have the exact same thing here, 0.9026x. So 0.9026 times our independent variable. So my equation's perfectly fine. I then want to check and make sure Excel put the proper R² value in. So I look here on jump and I see my R² is 0.789053 and Excel has listed it as 0.78905. I'm perfectly fine with that. So I've essentially graphed my regression on Excel and it looks really nice. If you don't, and I don't particularly love these very bright, very diamond-shaped markers. If you want to change things like this, just double-click on the markers and you can have different marker styles. So for example, we can go for a circle. We can make them smaller if I want them a size 7, for example. We can change the color. So I love purple. I think I'll change them to purple. And I can also change the line to purple. So to me that looks a lot better because I love purple and I think circles are easier to see with regression. So just play around with your figure, make it look how you want it to look. Alright guys, next video we're going to be moving into the world of correlations, and this is the test that's oftentimes confused with regression. So we'll be moving into that and I'll see you then. Bye.